So the Election Commission has announced Bihar elections for 2025. So here are certain facts which we need to learn regarding the elections in India. As far as Bihar is concerned, there are 243 seats for which they are trying to conduct the elections, or they are going to conduct the elections. So Election Commission has announced the elections in India. So Article 324 deals with the elections in India, in which it consists of an election commissioner, chief election commissioner, along with two other election commissioners. How this chief election commissioner is appointed? He is appointed by a selection by president, but the names are recommended by a selection committee consisting of prime minister, leader of opposition, and union cabinet minister, So the term for this chief election commissioner is 65 years and 6 years, whichever is earlier. What is this 9A? 9A is the order of precedence in which election commission comes. And it is concurrent or coexisting with the UPSC chairman and CAG. Election Commission is entrusted with the powers to conduct the elections for the post of the president, vice president, national general elections, not only general election but also Rajya Sabha elections and also state assembly elections. So this Bihar elections falls under this state assembly elections, for which it will be conducted in November. Apart from that, we need to learn about the Representation of the People's Act, which deals with the elections. So there are two acts regarding the Representation of the People's Act. First was established in 1950, and second came in 1951. 1950 deals with basically the qualification, preparation of the electoral rolls, allocation of the seats, and delimitation of the seats. The actual conduct of the elections is dealt by the Representation of the People Act 1951, and here we are going to take this 1951 Act only. Section 8 and Section 8A deals with the disqualification from contesting the elections in event of various corrupt practices. These corrupt practices have been mentioned in these two articles. Sections, not articles. And then Section 62 deals with how many people are, it deals with right to vote. And Section 123 again deals with that we cannot ask votes on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, etc. etc. This Section 80A to 116, it deals, if you are not satisfied with the results of the elections, then what should be done? Then one can appeal to the High Court. If one is not satisfied with the High Court's decision also, then one can approach to the Supreme Court, and this has to be done within the 45 days of declaration of the results. Model Code of Conduct, as soon as the elections are announced, schedules are announced, it comes into the picture. It is not any legal document as such. It has been agreed to by the parties among themselves. So it remains in force from the announcement till the declaration of the results. So during the Model Code of Conduct, government cannot introduce any sort of schemes or anything which can influence the voters' behavior towards the government policies. So that cannot be done. And secondary, whenever one has to do the election campaigns, especially the recognized political parties, they need to inform the local authorities, they need to take the permissions, and there are various do's and don'ts that we should not be attacking personally to any of the candidates. So this was all about the elections, but there are certain sideline topics also which are very important regarding this. First is simultaneous elections. So this is long due topic, and it remains relevant. So Ramnath Kovind committee had submitted his suggestion that it should be implemented in India. And according to the committee, 80% of the citizens have also agreed that simultaneous elections should be brought in India. And the reasons for this was that we always remain in permanent campaigning mode, as a result of which many development policies get affected. And second was that we are doing a lot of expenses upon elections every now and then. The counter to the simultaneous elections has been given by various political parties. So Dr. Shashi Tharoor says that whatever the economic expenditure which is going on, they are done by the parties themselves, they are not taking from the government. So, and election commission can spend rupees 27 paisa per year upon elections per voter for the sake of elections. And also it generates temporary jobs for the people, and it is not feasible. We do not have the administrative staff, we do not have the human resources, and also we according to him, we might also not have the VVPAT and EVMs also. And if we talk about the Kovin committee's recommendations itself, so he suggested that there should be the two stages of the elections. One should be of the Lok Sabha, another should be of two stages. One should be of those of Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly, and within the 100 days, another stage of election should be done, in which many panchayat members and municipality members are elected. So currently within the panchayat and the municipalities, if the panchayat or the municipality is dissolved before finishing their term, then it can be done. Election should be conducted within the 6 months, and the panchayats and the municipalities are elected for remaining term. But in case of the Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly, currently whenever they are dissolved, currently they restart their term for the 5 years, and as a result of which our cycle is disrupted. So it suggested that whenever a legislative assembly is dissolved, we should not be going for another 5-year term. Rather, it should be elected for remaining term itself, like we are doing in the panchayats and the municipality elections. It also suggested that we should be having the single electoral roll for all these purposes, and there should be a epic voter identity, so that voters are authentic for us. So as far as political parties in elections are considered, this one. So as far as political parties are concerned, they have not been mentioned in the constitution itself, but their statutory status has been given in Representation of People's Act 1951. And whenever we want to register a political party, it should be done under the section 29A. A political party, an intended political party should be consisting of around 100 members, and whenever you want to register, you should approach the local election commissioner office, and there you should submit the form whereby one takes the oath regarding bearing true allegiance to the constitution, along with the oath that one would be respecting the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, and at the same time one will be promoting the democratic, secular and socialist principles of India also. And regarding the political parties, there is one constitutional amendment which is given in the constitution, that is 52nd constitutional amendment. In that way, whether it is Legislative Assembly or the Lok Sabha, not the Lok Sabha, whether it is center or the state, we cannot have the ministers more than the 15% of the total Lok Sabha members or the State Assembly members. And 52nd constitutional amendment also says that this basically it tries to stop Ayaram Gayaram culture. So in case if people are voluntarily exiting the party, then they must be leaving the membership also. And also if an independent candidate is joining any another party, then also he is disqualified from becoming a member. If a nominated member of Rajya Sabha or that legislative council is becoming member of any political party after 6 months, then he or she is disqualified from the membership of the house. And in 91st amendment, earlier it was said that if a party is being split, then members are not disqualified. But now if the party is split, then also members are disqualified. So this 91st amendment basically eliminated or has done away with the exemptions regarding the split of the parties and the candidates. There are side topics also, EVMs and electoral bonds, I think, which is beyond the scope of this video. We can deal with it in another video also, but this should be, but when we are doing the election topic, at least these topics should be done. Thank you.